Previously on Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Sugar! I actually hit a police car. Don't think I could have done worse with that, realistically. I think I can squeeze through there, you know. You know what I'm like. I think we can get through there. So, this is another thing. Oh, I'm gonna go through. Oh, it's a spilled load. Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Unfortunately, I'm still a bit under the weather. 5 weeks now. Bad back, so I'm struggling with these, but we're going to give it a try anyway. So the plan, since the last one, which was called Midweek Madness, because I did it middle of the week and I wanted to give you a video, is to get to Innsbruck, and that would basically clear off the remaining sort of Austrian borders, which is kind of, where is it? Austrian borders is kind of here, round to here. It'll clear it all off, basically. So I'm hoping that we can find a job from here, which is Stuttgart in Germany, that takes us basically into Innsbruck and clears that off. So that's the plan first. I do appreciate the suggestions. One of the suggestions was that we went with the low loader for a trailer, which I will have a little look at, and we'll try and see if we work out for that. So if we can get one. But first things first, what we need is we need another job market job, and we need a freight one from where we are that hopefully takes us, as I say, there's Austria, and there's the places in Austria. And there's Innsbruck there, and I need to get basically from here to Innsbruck. That's what I'm really hoping I can manage to do within this video. Let's have a little look. These are all looking bad. Stuttgart to Stuttgart. Does anything start taking us closer? Where's this? Munich. Does that get us closer? I've got to keep the video as relatively sort of 30 minutes, because otherwise I struggle with with unfortunately with a bit of pain. So let's see if we can do. No, all of these look like they're going the wrong way. That goes Dusseldorf. They're typical. Can't find a job where we want to go to. Frankfurt. Not really. Stuttgart to Stuttgart. Stuttgart to Stuttgart. I tell you what we'll do is we're already in a car park. We'll sleep and we'll see if there's some new jobs arrive. So what we'll do is if I drive now, I can do one rest and I can see whether or not we'll get some different jobs when we do a rest, if that makes sense. So we'll load it up here and we'll do a rest and we'll see whether or not we can get some different jobs if I rest again. So if I press enter, I'll rest again. You can only sort of rest twice in a row though. That's the only problem. It's better to be in the middle of the day though. So let's have a little look at the truck first. There we go. Truck. Awesome. There's the truck. There. With a rather nice truck beside it as well, actually. What's that? It's a Scania. Okay, oh, and I've almost forgot. So, in my travels, and when I was getting more medication, I sat down, and I said this on the Truck Simulator 18 video I did. Can't speak properly. That's because I'm drugged at the moment. But sat down in the aisle because I was sat down. I crouched down because I was feeling a bit uncomfortable. And there it was in front of me in the sort of model cars. There were some trucks and there was actually some buses as well. And you can see the buses on the Bus Simulator 1 if you want to see that. But they're also on the Community. But there was an Actros. It was an Actros, a Mercedes Actros carrying a helicopter. It's a police one. So I'm not as keen on it. There's another model by this Majorette. You can find them on a sort of major sort of Amazon and things like that. You can find Majorette. If you search for them, you can find the trucks. But the one thing I did find is that my truck was like, I think it was £7, and if you look online, they're about 20 on those things. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but I managed to get this Actros, so it's on the screen now. If you haven't already put it up, it's there to have a little look at. It's kind of cool, but I thought it was kind of cool that it was a helicopter because that was what I was lusting after for ages and ages as a sort of my perfect cargo. If you remember, I was very much wanting to do that run. So right, okay, let's have a little look at this. I don't like the look of any of these so far. Hanover, Newcastle. You are kidding. Nothing goes the direction. Why does nothing want to go the direction I want to go? Why don't you want to go to Munich? That's a double. That's a double. I can't remember its specific name. It's double something or other. Double D or something. No, I'm only kidding. That's a long one. Nope, not doing that one. Yeah, God. Going completely the wrong way. Hanover, Newcastle, all the way up to Newcastle. It's another long journey. It's another 1,000 kilometres. These are all long journey. Oh, it's not. It's by price order. The distance is actually quite short on that. I didn't realise I'd ordered it by price. These are all long journeys. Strasbourg in Germany, France. Sorry, Strasbourg. I'm tempted to take it because it's kind of that way, and we might get into Switzerland, and then we've got Zurich. We might be able to do Zurich. Let's do a short one. That's an hour and 50. No, how long is it? How long's the journey? It's a 3-hour journey. I'm tempted to do that and then see if we can get to Zurich with a plan to go to Innsbruck, which is kind of on the way. So let's try and do this one. Let's do these cut flowers. So let's just jump in the truck. Let's start her up. And let's go. I do miss the Actros, actually. I did like that as a truck. It was a really nice truck, the Actros. Alright, okay. So, down the bottom right-hand corner, we have our GPS. And that tells us, if running from the top to sort of the across the top there, we've got our speed, which is 12 kilometres an hour. Then I've got my gear, and I'm in automatic 8 at the moment. Anyway, I was. Then we've got our damage to the truck, which is basically slowly goes. I think I actually did some damage to the truck. I think I've got a little bit of damage to the truck. I forgot all about that. But basically, there's damage to our truck next, which is the little orange wheels. I think he's going to let me go. If not, I'm going faster than you anyway. And we're on to this job here. Yep, there we go. And then we've got the fuel, which is just over a third of a tank, I would reckon. Then there's the bed, which slowly goes blue and then finally goes red, and then I go, oh no! And I scream a lot and cry that I'm going to crash into things. You basically fall asleep. It's bad news. And so fatigue. It's called fatigue, but I also like to think of it as your sort of, the thing. I think it's called tacho, isn't it? That's basically measures the distance you've gone and the time you've driven for. Followed by the envelope, which is sadly underused, as I always say. It's basically a very it tells you basic stuff at the beginning of the game about banks and things like that, but really, that's terrible driving, by the way. It doesn't tell you very much after that. So that's and then there's the time, which is 9:30, and the amount of companies to Earth, and below that would have been the waypoint, but we're now here, so it's just tough. We'll just have to take this to cargo. So let's grab these flowers. Let's take this job. Ready to roll. Now, I've been driving a trailer for a while, but I did a fast move because I got thrown back to the base. So I did a fast move, and I hadn't realised that when you do a fast travel, you lose your trailer, which was a bit slightly annoying, to be honest with you. But we'll do the rundown anyway. So in the middle of the truck there, we've got what's known as the fifth wheel, which is right there. It looks like a horseshoe shape, and we have to hit that on the bottom of the truck, bottom of the trailer. You can just see it if I just like that. You can see that little bit hanging down, which is called the pin, and basically you have to put the two things together. So that's how you get coupling. Now I've got advanced coupling on, which was suggested to me by a long time. Seriously, the drugs do mess with my speech a bit, to be honest with you. I do find myself slurring a little bit. Long-term viewer and friend of the channel, Mark Middleton, suggested that I try that as an option. And I think when he first did it, he thought I was going to be... I can't believe I did that in Wanner, by the way. He suggested that I give it a try, and I really like this bit where the legs go up and the air hoses go up. There we go. Legs go up. Air hoses go on. Anyway, but I think he suggested it back in the time just to see me crash into things. And I don't think I was that bad to begin with, actually. And I've got an awful lot better. And I would highly recommend it, even for the beginners of the game. If you've not played this before and you've just stumbled across my channel, welcome for a start off. But if you've just stumbled across the channel, I would highly recommend it. If I'm brutally honest, it's a nice addition to the game. It's one of those. Oh God, that was close. That was very close. It's a nice addition to the game. It's one of those things that adds a real addition to the whole thing. It's a bit like looking in the mirrors. So at the moment I've got the mirrors on the left and then obviously the right, and I have to turn my head physically by using the sort of the controller to do that. And it's really nice. It's really nice. Now on the other side of the road, there's also a definition. That was a suggestion from Bobster. Thanks, Bobster. He wanted to add a challenge to it as well. But if you look on the left-hand side of the road, you can see there's a long queue of traffic at the moment. Now there's a reason for that long queue of traffic. It's because I've got traffic density turned up. So that's an option that you can see in the description below. And the traffic density being turned up basically means that you get what's known as deadlock occasionally. Sometimes it's not designed. The game can be adjusted, but the developers don't recommend churning up the via their system anyway, because the AI can't cope with it very well, and what happens is you get junctions where they become deadlocked, where it can't move effectively. But to be honest with you, I actually think it adds to the excitement of the whole thing. It can be quite a challenging thing, and if he didn't let me out, he's gonna let me out now. There you go. That was some really, really sharp manoeuvres there, by the way. I think they did say that one of the things my medication does say is don't take heavy machinery out. If you're feeling drowsy, don't take heavy machinery out. Oh my God, I've missed the turning, and I've just added an hour to the journey. Brilliant. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I should have come off at that one and gone down there. I do this all the time. It just seems something about German roads that keep catching me out. But yeah, my medication doesn't suggest I don't drive heavy machinery. So this could be particularly entertaining as I am driving effectively heavy machinery, but even if it is computerized. Oh God. Okay, he's gonna let us out. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. They do actually, the indicators do affect the behaviour of the computer cars. It is actually quite important to know that they actually do make them stop and start and do other things. So they do, it does actually make a difference. They do recognise, you're trying to indicate, come out, and they kind of let you in and out and stuff like that when you put the indicators on. And if you use the hazards, they sometimes will back off a bit while you're trying to turn out of a junction and things. And again, another suggestion from Bobster. One of the things that I've got changed in the game, one of the other key factors was suggested to me by Hatman, who's been helping me with American Truck Simulator. I do appreciate that. And he suggested that I turn down the amount of incidents on the road. Now, I didn't turn it down quite as low as he suggested. I remember he suggested about 10%. I've turned it down from the initial 50% to about 40%, because I kind of like a bit of action on the road, if that makes sense. I do like that road in the background there. I don't know why. I don't know, something about that struck me there. But I do like a bit of action, but there was a bit too much action when it was at 50%, so I've got mine at 40%. So that's the sort of the I can't remember the exact terminology for it. I'm sure he put it in the comments below. But yeah, we basically did that. So we've made a few adjustments to the game. It's like fine tuning it, and all of this is learnt by playing this and playing it on YouTube. Actually, to be honest, and I've often told you all the story of how the fact that this was something cheap on Steam. It was literally £3, £3.74. I was going to say 47, the other way around. Yeah. £3.74 or about $5, I think, US, around about. That'll be roughly about right. Maybe $4.50 nowadays with the exchange rate as bad as it is. But yeah, it was a really cheap thing, and I picked it up. And then, of course, they were also selling the DLC cheap, so I bought some of the DLC. And then kind of sat on it for a year, I think. It really just sat in my Steam library, and I never really put any time into it, to be honest. And then I started recording it. I mean, it's so far back on my games sort of library of games and things that I've actually got on the channel that it's when I was recording with a different microphone, and it sounds absolutely awful. But I don't remove it. I haven't removed any of that stuff. I'm kind of owning my heritage. I'm owning my fact that my audio was terrible, and I do. Anybody who's looked at some of the older ones and go, that audio was awful, I do feel sorry for you. I'm very sorry. It was bad. But I'm kind of owning it. I kind of like it. It's almost a catalogue and an archive. I mean, I really could hide it away, I suppose, so that you don't have to see it. But to be honest, it's there because I created it. So if I created it, it's there. And you think about, I don't know. enjoying games on YouTube or playing games with YouTubers that you kind of learn things as you go. Now I actually haven't got coffee for a change. I know I must be ill. I've got a small supermarket owned beverage in the sense of some cola. There we go, some cola, not Coca-Cola, cola. From a supermarket. I'm not a snob for cola, by the way. I don't mind drinking any kind of cola. Realistically, I have to admit my personal favourite is Aldi's Own. I like Aldi's Own. I think it's called is it Viva Cola. Viva the cola. But I kind of like that one because it reminds me of Pepsi. It's got that sort of slightly bitter aftertaste that you don't really get with Coke, if that makes sense. Coca-Cola. I can't believe this has turned into a critique of beverages, but I do kind of like that one as a sort of it's kind of that bitter taste, and I quite like it. Right, okay, Doug, I'm off. I'm going. So we're coming back on ourselves here. I've cost myself loads of time, by the way, from doing that, but anyway, it's fine. A bit of countryside. That's nice. Look at that. Just get a little bit outside of the truck for a second. Maybe get some videos on that. I'd love some screenshots for that later. That's actually really beautiful, isn't it? All the flowers and things like that. That's very nice. Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of like the bitter taste that has. It's slightly bitter. It's more Pepsi than it is cola. Coca-Cola, that is. My favourite, though, now we started, by the way, my favourite beverage, with a cola in the title, but I don't think you can really, well, you can call it cola because it is called cola, but my favourite, he says, to be fair, my wife's in the room as well, by the way. I said she could be in the video, but she said she's going to knit instead. So there we go. But she's saying Panda Cola is the best. That's my favourite. It's not yeah, apparently it's because I dislike of pandas, but we'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, there's not Panda Cola, I can tell you now. No, my favourite cola that probably isn't a cola is Red Cola by Bar, which is a Scottish firm that makes Iron Brew. If you've come across it, and Iron Brew is fantastic. As was once told by a nurse in an earlier job that I used to do, that it was great for hangovers because it has plenty of vitamin B12 in it. She would know, she was a Scottish nurse as well, so I think it's only fair to give her credit for her discovery of Iron Brew. So that kind of explains a lot of things. But yeah, so that was the one. But Red Cola is an absolute delicacy. You have to cross the border most of the time to get it. I think you can get it in some of our equivalent, our Walmart equivalent in this country, which is of course is Asda. I believe Asda does do the Red Cola as an option. Oh look, I think I've been down this hill. I know I have. At night though, we didn't get to see how lovely it was. I think we only got the sort of the overview of it. So, but, yeah, Red Cola is the one. Yeah, I know you can get it in Asda, but I was quite disappointed when I stopped getting it in some other supermarkets. But yeah, Red Cola's lovely. It's not as sugary as it used to be though, because they got all the sugar tax. But it's still absolutely lush. That Iron Brew, gotta love a bit of Iron Brew. Your favourite soda or pop? She's in the background giving me. She's like the devil. She's in the background. She's going, "What about Tizer?" Oh, gotta love Tizer. Do you know what I always think about Tizer though? This is a funny thing when I'm talking about. We're going to talk about Tizer. The funny thing about Tizer is I always think of carrots, because if you read the ingredients, it says one of the main ingredients of Tizer is carrot. It's on the back. If you look at a bottle of Tizer, you're all going to look at a bottle of Tizer now. If you look at a bottle of Tizer, right, it's got carrot as one of the main ingredients. I don't know why, but I always think that after I've drunk Tizer, I'm going to be able to see better in the dark and all that kind of stuff, all that carotene and all that kind of stuff in it. It's just one of those weird and wonderful things about Tizer. Anyway, So we'll do pandas though while we're at it. So this is why I'm not a big fan of pandas. Pandas is one of those few species in the world that, and I know they're no longer on the endangered species list. By the way, if you didn't know that, they're no longer on the endangered species list because the Germans did very, very well. I like the fence, by the way, here with the little stripe on it. Did very well. Not Germans, sorry. The Chinese did very well with their breeding programs, and basically the panda is no longer an extinct species or becoming an extinct species. So the Wildlife Fund will have to change their logo for a start off. But my problem with pandas is I remember seeing them at I went to Edinburgh Zoo up in Scotland, and I went to Edinburgh Zoo. And we all had to be quiet. We all marched in little batches to go see this panda, and we marched in very quietly because it was breeding season, and any kind of startling noise would put Mr. Panda off doing what he needs to do to Mrs. Panda. Except for the fact that pandas are absolutely useless. And they're absolutely useless because all they want to do is eat. It's one of those species. First off, their breeding cycle's once every 4 years. And second off, they would rather eat than breed. If your entire motus as a species is to eat rather than breed, you probably deserve to be extinct. I think if it wasn't for human beings, the panda would be extinct at this point because they're too stupid to do anything else. And in fact, when we went to see Mr. Panda, what was he doing? He was scoffing down some bamboo, wasn't he? That's what he was doing. And we all watched him lying on his back with his legs in the air, like with his legs in the air, with a mouthful of human-provided bamboo. And the female was asleep. You could probably had a belly full of bamboo and not the necessary to make baby pandas. So this is the point. They're useless. They should be. They're like the dodo. Mind you, the dodo it's not its own fault. The dodo, if you think about it. I mean, that was man's fault realistically. They arrived on an island and just scoffed them all. There's look, this fat bird that wanders around all over the place. Let's just scoff them all. But there's a point. So pandas are not. I just think that anything that has not that sense of survival, and then obviously, to be fair, you wouldn't really want to be in a bare fist fight with a panda, but because it'll rip your head off. But in a stage sort of way, it doesn't bode well for the panda though, in the general sense of the things. It's just not a bright animal. It really isn't a bright animal. Oh, it's been a wildlife show. There you go. Welcome. My name's David Attenborough. And here we have the Euro Truck Simulator driver. I can't do the voice, by the way, because he's got that distinctive voice, hasn't he? I've got a distinctive. I was told I have a distinctive voice. I was on a podcast with some other YouTubers, and when I popped onto the screen, because they keep you in a little green room behind the whole thing, they popped in, and the first thing the guy went, "There it is. There's the voice," and I was like, "Really? Is it that different? Have I got a voice that's so strange that you need it highlighted in such a way?" Clearly, I do. I'm okay with that, though. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with everything. Oh, pandas. If I was transporting pandas, I'd leave them out in the forest somewhere to fend for themselves properly. It's a few things in the world. Pandas and Liam Neeson. These are the two things that I just don't dislike a lot. And Liam Neeson's a whole new story, to be honest with you. It really is. I've never really been a big fan of Liam Neeson. So, I do apologise to anybody who's a fan of, what was it, Taken and all these guys. I literally haven't watched these movies because it's got Liam Neeson in it. I'm not a fan. It's just one of those things. I worked it out, by the way, years later, why I'm not a big fan of Liam Neeson, because I'm a bit of a fan of, what was her name? Oh, now I need to remember her name. She was the mother. No, it's the mother in. My wife's still giving me suggesting it. No, it's the mother in Chevy Chase's sort of National Lampoon's Family Vacation or whatever it is, or Vacation. It was Chevy Chase's wife in that. She starred in a movie that was with Liam Neeson. Beverly D'Angelo. My wife's remembered. There we go, Beverly D'Angelo. And I had a bit of a crush when I was a kid on Beverly D'Angelo, but this was before the Chevy Chase movies. And obviously I'd seen this movie called High Spirits, and Liam Neeson plays a roguish spirit, an actual ghost of some sort, and he has his wicked way with Beverly D'Angelo, and that was gonna be my girlfriend. You can't possibly do that, so I've never forgiven him. It's not gonna happen. I'm never gonna forgive him ever again. Sorry, wife. No, I wasn't alright with Chevy Chase doing what he did with her either. No, but I don't mind Chevy Chase. He's funny. At least Liam Neeson wasn't funny in that movie. If he'd been funny, it would have been a different story. But he wasn't funny. So yeah. So me and Liam Neeson were just never going to be friends. Look at this for a view. That is a storming view. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That panning out there is just perfect for the picture. That looks brilliant. Reminds me of a Scottish town we go to. It's got a rivers running through the centre of it. It's beautiful. It's a Scottish town called Hoyk. I like Hoyk. It has 3 rivers going through it, and they kind of crisscross like that does. That's really nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, there's a question mark there as well. Must check that out while we're here. I'll put the indicator on. Hopefully the police are going to go forward. Right, I'm going to have some of my supermarket branded Coca-Cola or cola. I'll be honest, though. Yeah. To be honest, though, the rivers in that particular town, that Hoyk town, came up very high one year and completely destroyed a restaurant that we used to go to quite frequently. Wow, I did not see him underneath me there. Completely destroyed a restaurant that we used to go on a regular basis, and we were quite disappointed actually, because we used to quite like going there with the kids and stuff like that. It was quite nice, and it literally fell into the river. The whole thing fell into the river. It was like live on telly, and it fell in. It was terrible. Yeah, I think my wife says YouTube things of it falling on into the river. Yeah, half the building just fell away. It just eroded, and the river washed it away. It was just quite sad, really. It's still a bit damaged now. So here we go. Here's our destination. Posped, whatever it is. Anyway, we're taking flowers, and they've got a grain as their logo, so that probably makes sense. Lovely. Let's handle the job. That looks like a good one. I like a more complex one. I haven't done a really complex one for a while, actually. When it comes to parking, not really done a complex one. Yeah, it's around the other side of here. This will be all right. This will be all right. As long as there's not too much in the way of things in the way. Ooh, look. Let's try and give me some hazards to work with. Lovely. There's the spot we need to be in, but I am going to just come tight to this. Just tight to that. I'm going to go like that. Actually, to be fair, I think I've got myself enough space. Reversing in. Yes, I do. Tell you what I find difficult about the American truck simulators, because some of the trucks are so wide, you really have to use your mirrors to reverse. And I've got used to kind of looking over my shoulder, and it makes life a little difficult. I think we're... There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It's not awful, though. It's kind of a oneer. In fact, no, that is damn near perfect. There's a little bit of space on one side, but I tell you what, I like that one. Let's press the T button and collect our spoils. We've still got a bit of time left, so and at the moment I'm feeling comfortable. So let's see if we can get down to Zurich and get. Oh look, I've gone up another level. I'm still elite. I think that's where we stay until we get to a certain point, and then you can become like super elite or something like that. Do you finally get the status of trucker when you get to like level 100 or something like that? You know. Actual Euro trucker. Okay, let's add Euro. Let's add Euro driving. I only need one more, and I've got the whole thing. So these are basically skills as you go along that add various classifications. Long distance driving, high value cargoes. Everything gives you higher rewards as you go along. And I'm nearly finished this one, so I basically can drive more efficiently. So level 3, which I'm at now, higher rewards, increase for finishing important deliveries, which is quite useful. I didn't realise it was an important delivery one. That one, urgent deliveries also increase as well. That's actually quite good. I hadn't realised. Oh, sorry, no, that's not the one. You idiot, it's that one. Sorry, I apologise. It's this one. Up to 30% fuel saved when driving with a trailer, when driving free, and it basically it's saving fuel, so you don't have to fuel up as often. That's brilliant. So we've got that. Okay, let's see if what we can find in the job market here that might take us to Zurich. I'm hoping we can find something that takes us to Zurich. That would be the dream. I'm having a look. Back to Stuttgart. Zurich. You beauty. That clears off. Oh, my wife's just spotted a massive spider above my head in here. That's fantastic. It's great news. Yes, I'm going to go with that one. It's 45 minutes before it expires. It's a 2-hour journey. Let's hope I can get there quickly before it expires. Right, let's go. It's just round the corner. That's it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go quick. 45 minutes before the job expires, so we need to get out of here. Like, rapido.
Turn right, and then turn right.
Turn right, then turn right. Yep, going.
Turn right.
Here we go. And we'll get there. Look, just around this corner. We can pick up this job before it becomes a thing. I know I'm speeding a bit here. Let's just let it go. Let it go.
Get ready to turn right.
Just like Frozen. Let it go. Let it go.
Turn right.
I didn't want to be a snowball anyway. Come on. Right, here we go. We're here. Get ready to turn left. Okay, I'm coming. There it is. There's the option there.
Turn left.
Turn left. I'm going. Here we go. I made that a rapid journey, didn't I? Perfect. Stop. Enter. Take the job. Freight market. How much time do we have left? Oh God, I did it in no time at all before it expired. I literally drove there in four game minutes time, basically. 4 game minutes time. That made no English sense, did it at all? Do remember that I am on vast quantities of extremely strong opiates at the moment. That's the unfortunate part about it all. It's like train spotting in the house, realistically, but without Ewan McGregor. Anyway, right. So again, same thing. Horseshoe shape. Into the bottom of there, called the fifth wheel, onto the pin, which is in the bottom of there. That's a beautiful picture of the truck. I do like that. Look at that for a picture of a truck. It's a beauty, isn't it? The gold is quite nice. I do like Volvos in gold, I have to admit. Anyway, so sorry. Let's get this loaded up and let's go for it. I don't even know what the load was. God, what's going on here? Steer. Remember to steer when you're doing this. There we go. That's it. We're on. So we're ready to go. Let's watch the pipes and things attach. Wheels going up. And then bing. There we go. Love that bit. Right. So 2 hours and 55. Perfect. Gets us to Zurich. Scores off another city. I'm doing well here with scoring off cities, I think. We're doing all right. Looking in the mirrors. Watching the lower ones. For positioning. You know what I'm going to do here, though. I'm going to do what I really shouldn't do here. I'm going to make a left to score off that option there. Come on, let me out. So I'm going to make a left to go past that one there. You see, there's a question mark. So I want to do the question mark. I've added 5 minutes to the journey. I think we can live with that. Past that. What looks like a lovely sort of... Is it a bridge? Something? A bridge? Railway bridge? Possibly? Oh, I hope this isn't deadlock coming up here. No, it's just the way it is. It's a Scania. Scania, look. Scania place. We're scoring them off. If I'd known early on when I did start this game, I probably would have got them earlier if I was going to... to be fair, though, as I said before, I was never an achievement hunter on this game. It was never about the achievements for it. It was for fun. And the only thing I'm using the achievements for is to give me some kind of focus on where we're going to go and what we're going to try and do. So you know, getting through towns and cities and all this kind of stuff is kind of it's a nice thing. Just by the river as well. Look, there's water down there and on the bottom there. on that Scania dealer ship. I wonder how much involvement the suppliers, the truck drivers. I know they go visiting them because I saw that the American truck simulator team were at the Volvo garage in the US, or one of the not Volvo garage, Volvo factory in the US, one of the Volvo factories. I just wonder how much involvement they actually have. Did Scania go, this is what we want as the stock style imaging for our stores as well as our trucks? I mean, to be fair, the design in these things is just fantastic. Look at the Volvo in the back there. Home sweet home. Somewhere to stay for the night. Come on. I think that just hiccuped on my recording. My wife's just hiccuping in the background. At least she's not doing anything else. Making funny noises. I was in the office the other day, and somebody sneezed. And somebody in the office went, well, that means, and somebody said, bless you, and somebody said that means a fairy's died. I'm like, really? To get a blessing, apparently you have to kill a fairy. News to me. Come on, what are you doing? What is going on with the truck in front of me? Oh, he's going straight on, that's why. So there's no space straight on for him to go, and every time somebody goes around the corner, we got a bit of deadlock going on. I'll just have to wait for him to go. Yeah, because there's cars in front, you see how they've pulled through, and the AI's told it not to do anything with it, so it's moved through because that's now on go. Question is whether or not it'll stop long enough that lets him go out. Yeah, he's going now. There we go. It's going now. And I should get through here. See, I can't remember what we're carrying. I can press F6, but it means reaching over to the keyboard, which is just in front of me. But I am a bit lazy. Far too lazy. Far too lazy to push that button. Let's see if we can see that mirror there like that. I'd like to see the mirror as we trundle along the road. Some dirty factory of some sort over here, isn't it? I hope it's not pumping sewerage into that lovely place. I tell you what, though, this is the place I talk about. What's it called? Can't remember its name. But they've basically got very tight ways to get into it. So, for instance, that entrance there, look at that, how tight that is. I bet that's, in real life, that would have chunks out of it, because, some people do hit things and chunk things, to be honest with you.
Get ready to turn right.
Get ready to turn left. Here we go. Turn right. So, back down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our GPS, as usual. I've said this before. But what I was going to point out there is the little red flag. So that tells us how far. We're going to get at 525, and we've got 209 kilometres. This is a very heavy load. Whatever I've decided to take is extremely heavy. Empty pallets, 22 tons. It's quite heavy. We're going to get in at 524 now. It's 208 kilometres, 2 hours and 52 minutes game time. That's not that long, really, if I'll be honest. That truck behind me, do you see it in the mirror? Just shuffle over because I was going on the wrong side there. So we're going into Switzerland. Switzerland, I don't think it's part of the European Union. I don't think it is at all. I think it's a neutral country. Country where everybody does national service and everybody and gun ownership is the highest in the world, I believe. They're very into shooting at things because of being a neutral country. They tend to learn to shoot and have a very, as I say, strong national service. One of the things that happens, I believe, when you leave your national service is you get to keep your gun as well. But yeah, very high gun ownership and very low mortality rate due to with guns. Strange, isn't it? It's one of those things. I think they're taught a level of respect with the whole things. I did see there was a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of it, and you can probably Google it yourself and can find it. There is actually a shooting range that you can go to where you can shoot over a road where cars are actually driving. So where we're driving right now, We might even, I mean, I don't doubt it's in this game, but there's a road where you can basically, they actually shoot over the top of it. You have to lie down to do it. You have to go prone, as they say, and then you have to shoot across. And because you're prone, effectively you can't shoot through the concrete wall that blocks the whole thing. But yeah, you shoot about, it's over half a kilometre, and you shoot over the top of a very major road. Weird. And the targets are over the other side of the road. But everybody there is an extreme professional. There's no way you could ever, shoot. There's never been an accident and all this kind of stuff. And because everybody's very professional, they shoot for target practice and leisure and other things. You know, it's just one of those weird and wonderful things. I love the fact this is a 2-for-1 journey. Loving it. But Switzerland. Not to stereotype, but we're going to the land of cuckoo clocks and chocolate. And everybody forgets the money, because they've got lots of money. They've got all the money. Everybody hides their money in Switzerland, don't they? I don't know what banking laws they have, but clearly it's there's some pretty good sort of Swiss banks as well. Alright. It's landlocked as well, isn't it? You're not going to join the Swiss Navy, are you? Oh, look, there's an accident. Or something on the other side of the road. It's required some bollards. Oh, speeding a bit. Let's just slow down. I've enjoyed this episode. Maybe because I'm high as a kite, but no, I'm kidding. I'm not that high. I was slurring my words at the beginning of it, though, but I've enjoyed this episode. I've enjoyed driving. I really want to get back into it. I have actually, if you want to know, I have actually got an appointment booked with a chiropractor next week. I'm really kind of looking forward to it. I kind of booked as many as I could in my local town, that local sort of city town. There's not that many of them that are registered, and I kind of phoned them all and said, "What timing have you got on it?" And one came, and I basically said, "I'll book with all of you, and the first one that comes back to me is the one that I'm gonna get an appointment with." So that's what happened. So the first one that came back to me got an appointment. I got an appointment with. So realistically, I kind of need a chiropractor to fix me initially, and then I probably need a physiotherapist to sort me out permanently, if that makes sense. So it's kind of a two-pronged attack on this. Realistically, though, I think that the big issue realistically is the combination of, you know, uncomfortable pain or drug-related sort of not being involved in my own head, if that makes sense. I know that made no sense at all, but I'm sure if you've ever suffered from back pain, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Whoa, that truck was so close, and I've just squirmed across the road to try and avoid him. That was dangerously close. Wow, look at that countryside. So lovely and green, lush. I like it. Wow. Love driving this game. There's a helicopter! Did not see that. It's Harold from Thomas the Tank Engine. One of my most popular videos on YouTube, surprisingly. One of the ones. Thomas the Tank Engine. It's just amazing. I think he's got such a big following. I think you're ending up with parents watching it and whatever else is. Now I've just realised my fuel's really low, and also my bed's getting filled. Now that's not a problem. Neither of those things are a problem. But my fuel is very low, so I think we'll take this opportunity to fill this beast up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There's the prices. There we go. Let's push the button. $2.15 a litre. It's actually probably... I don't know whether they actively on the fly change the pricing. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest with you. 1,330. I'd cry if I went to the petrol pump and filled my car up to that level. That would make me cry, but of course it's a massive tank in comparison to my car. Come on. Let me out. Probably pushed out there, to be honest with you. That Scania was going a bit slower than the other stuff. I got a nice comment on the. I put a comment about my Rocky to Quarries. It's not letting me out. Oh, nice load. Tractor thing. Tractor with tracks on. Now I got a nice comment on my because one of my videos, strangely one of my other videos that's quite well viewed, is one for come on, give us a break. This is the other reason why traffic density's a bit of a nightmare when you turn it up, but it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. Come on, oh look, I might have a break now. Got a break in traffic. Go. Yeah, nice comment on one of my when I bought my first Iveco. It was the first truck I bought in the entire game, and somebody just put Iveco is the best and so underrated. I really liked that. I thought it was quite funny. They were actually quite nice. I quite liked the Stralius, the highway Stralius. It was quite a nice truck. I'm gonna have to have a look and see if those Majorette toys that we had a look at earlier. I'm gonna have to have a look and see if Majorette do any more trucks and things. I know they do another Actros, but I need to find some more. But I don't want to pay what seems to be internet prices. If you've got supermarkets doing it for sort of £7 for a truck, or and I think I paid £5 each for the buses, which is quite cool. I really kind of want it. There's Switzerland. We're in Switzerland. I don't really want to pay huge sums of money for the whole thing, if that makes sense. So I think I was spoiled by a supermarket, but I do. But I do go looking for those kind of bargains and that kind of stuff. So I do like a charity shop bargain. I do like to find a bargain in general. I bought a whole bunch of vintage Star Wars figures the other day for £26, and all I really wanted was a couple of them, and it was just they would look really nice. There was an Imperial Guard and things like that. So some kind of nice things that I wanted, and I also got those. As I say, I got that Eddie Stobart truck and the other one the other day as well. That was a bargain. That was really cheap. I can't remember what it was. So it was like £12. It was really, really cheap, including postage and packaging. I'm sure it was that low. There's a car. Police car stopped him. But yeah, so I kind of what's going on here? So it's come across. Oh, it's because it's fine for you guys just to be pulling across like that. It's some kind of roadworks. Oh, he's there with his oh, I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing something. Bit of roadworks going on. Nice. He's drilling. He's using a jackhammer. But yeah, I like a bargain. So when I'm in these places, I don't want to pay full price. I don't want to pay full. Nobody wants to pay full price for anything, do they? That's the thing. Nobody wants to pay full price for anything. So I kind of like those things when they're a bargain. And I quite like to have seen more of those trucks, though. I think I would have preferred the Actros. I would have still got the one with the helicopter on it, simply because I love the fact that it's got a helicopter on the back of it. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of that was the dream, that was the fantasy, to find a helicopter on the back of one. But but I think in the long run, got a bit of tickly throat there. In the long run, jackhammering as well over that side. All having a go. Right, anyway. I can't remember what I was saying. Long run about something. Oh, truck with a helicopter. Yes, long run truck with a helicopter. I wouldn't. In the long run, I wouldn't have bought it if it hadn't had the helicopter on the back of it. If that makes sense, I would have try and get the I would try to have got the other one, if that makes sense. Mind you, saying that, it was the only one in the shop, so I'd probably bought it anyway because I'm stupid. But yeah, that was fortuitous. If I hadn't had a bad back, I wouldn't have been in the supermarket. I wouldn't have bent down to rest my back and sort of my knees and my legs. And I wouldn't have seen these things on that shelf and gone, oh my goodness, there's some buses. Man C city bus and a Mercedes Actros. Yeah, my wife's saying that my daughter managed to find some manga figures the other day when she was in a charity shop that was quite. And And a Japanese dress. There we go. The whole lot while she was at it. And again, if you know anything about manga figures, they can be quite expensive. They're a bit of a... They're not the cheapest thing. Here's Zurich. Only thing I can think of is banks. Because isn't there a Zurich bank? I know there is.
Then turn right.
Can't think of anything else, realistically, when I'm thinking of Zurich. That car in front of me is just whipped off at high speed. Oh, don't need to indicate. Oh, this is scenic. Scenic? That's the word for it, isn't it? Scenic. Yeah, we're in 2 lanes. It's okay. You just stay there. I'll stay here. We'll behave ourselves. The windy road going in. What's that van got on its roof? TV. HD TV. It's a TV detector van or something. I don't know. I don't know if they have those in Zurich. This is scores off Zurich. I don't know if this clears off this entire section, but this will be interesting to see what happens when we do this, because that's technically all of Switzerland done. There we go. I don't think any achievements popped up, though. No. There's obviously no achievement related to dealing with Switzerland, because obviously it's neutral, so you don't really want to put anything special on it, like achievements. I'm only kidding. That's just silly. But you know what I mean. We're working our way through the city, like a bit of river. Pretty looking buildings. I quite like the idea. I quite like to think that they've actually tried to model some of it off the areas, you know, and the stylings. I don't know if that's true or not. But I like to think that if I came to Zurich, it would look a little bit. You know, some of the buildings would look a little bit like this. Some of the buildings. I'm not talking about like all the landmarks and all that kind of stuff, but kind of like to think that would be the case. Hotel. There's somewhere to stay for the night anyway. That's that dealt with for after this mission. Went through on yellow or amber. We're all good. It was good timing as well because I came across. They're building this road here. Look, above us.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Hey, I'm gonna keep left. There's a building here. It's a DAF. I miss me DAF as well. I miss me Actros and I miss me DAF. I'm kind of got quite into the Actros. It was a throaty machine. You remember? It was kind of a real sort of. It was what I would call. It sounded like a diesel, if that makes sense. It was sort of growly and noisy, and very. I know this is a pretty, you know, sort of standard, sort of, you know, standardly designed and equipped vehicle, but it was very basic indeed, wasn't it? Do you remember the Actros? I quite liked the Actros. It was quite a nice vehicle. Okay. Come on, guys. Don't just start the job. Go. What are you doing? Oh, we've ended up stuck because there's a red light over that way, so we've ended up floating here, which isn't very good. We don't like that at all. And now we're kind of stuck in the middle of everywhere. Oh, hang on. Can I squeeze out here? Well, we'll wait for them to stop. There we go. Well, then we'll go. So we'll go around here. Next turn.
Keep right.
I'm assuming we're taking that right, aren't we, Doug? Yeah, we are.
Turn right.
Doug doesn't talk back. Oh God, no, it's gone green. Has it gone green? No, it's still red. That's maybe the light. It's fine. I'm going to drink my supermarket my Coca-Cola. Of course, it changed the moment I started drinking that. Strangely enough, it's not actually my favourite brand. I've been resorting to ordering online, and it's the brand I get with the one that I order online, because you can't order online from Aldi. Well, I don't know why not. Love a bit of Aldi. Lovely prices. It's probably why you can't order online, because they want to keep the prices down. To be honest, I'll give them that. Where are we turning, Doug? Here.
It's all over now.
It's all over. No, it's not, Doug. We've got to park the bloody thing, mate. Got to park it. Yeah, it's not till a fat lady sings, as my wife says. There we go. No fat ladies, and I don't see her singing. Right, come on. So let's get this one into Stokes. Let's get this around here. So one thing I did learn, and I was taught by you guys as I've been playing this game, is a lot of things like using as much space available you can. You know, oh God, that was close. To try and get yourself into a position that helps you get in. And in my case, because I always like to look over my left-hand shoulder through that window, it's best if I'm kind of this kind of direction, so that I've got that position where I can see where I'm going. If I go the other way and use the mirrors, I can use the mirrors, I'm just not as good with the mirrors. Whereas if I'm this way, I can do it. But of course, then it puts me in some interesting scenarios. I don't know about you guys, but it's always about parking certain ways. I always reverse park. I don't forward park. I don't sort of drive into a spot. I never do that ever. I always sort of if I've got a parallel park, I'm always going to drive in forwards into it. So not forwards. Reverse into it. Parallel park, effectively. But it depends where you are. But I almost always do that. So anyway, I'm going to take that. I think that's not bad either. And you know what? That's 2 for 2. Where I've done it in a smooth, like one sort of roll of the dice. But there we go. Legs go down. Ping. Show those results now. Let's see. A bit of experience for that. Continue. I can't believe though we didn't get anything for doing that, because we've now on that world map we've scored off everywhere. In you know, these are the 3 towns in Switzerland, I think, is it? Yes. And I think now we've scored them all off. And I've not got Innsbruck yet. That's really annoying. But anyway, let's go find somewhere to stash this thing for the night. And then as we've had a longer episode here. We did okay. You did all right. I did all right. We all did all right. It was brilliant. Let's go park it. Should I park it there and I can repair it? Or should I park it here? That would be quicker, wouldn't it? And I can repair it as well. Let's do that. Let's do that. It's less than a kilometre away. 5 minutes and 930 odd, whatever it is. 970 metres. Less than a kilometre away.
Turn left.
Okay.
Turn left.
Yeah, I know. But I've got to wait for the traffic lights. There we go. We're on red. We're on red. We're on green. Lovely.
Get ready to turn left.
Okay. Excellent. Almost there. It's been a good episode, I hope. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you kind of enjoyed me working my way through my sort of, I don't know, drug-induced stupor at the beginning, and then we worked our way to sort of more coherent towards the end here.
Turn left.
Not perfectly coherent, though. Alright, here we go. And here's our truck stop. Let's repair this blooming thing before we park up. We are finished. Yes, we are, Doug. I'm bringing in the divorce lawyers. Anyway, come on. Let's repair this thing, because I'm pretty sure I did a fair amount of damage to it. Let's service this thing. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. The wheels are a bit worn. It's about €3,000 to fix the whole thing. Let's fix it. I thought it was worse than that. I think maybe I did repair it the other week and I forgot about it. 5.5 million euros in the bank, roughly. Okay. Let's. I think the handbrake will be on. No, it's not. Right. Let's put it next to the Scania. Reverse it in. Chuck it in here. In the sun. I don't know where we're going for our lunch today, or our somewhere to stay. But at least this is somewhere we can stay for the night. What a lovely, lovely journey. That was proper good, that. Enjoyed that a lot. Hope you did too. Anyway, I'm going to push the engine off. I'm going to push the button to sleep. And I'm going to call it a day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.